God also want me to shine my light through my academic performance. You didn't come to the university to just live for medicine certificate alone and go. That's not what you were born to do alone. Like, you came also to make a mark. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Precious Ojonigwa, a medical student from northern Nigeria. As you can already see from the title, I'm going to be talking about balancing your faith, like your spiritual walk with God, with medical school, because I had the same struggle as well. Medical school, in my opinion, is tailored in a way that it wants your undivided attention. Like, you don't have to do any other thing again. Just be so focused in medical school. Just give it all the attention that you have. So that was my case when I initially came into medical school proper, like when I came into my second year. So I noticed that one of the things that were happening to me was I was skipping my morning prayers. I would not pray in the morning, guys. And I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll pray during break in school. It's a lie. I'll not pray during break in school. I will still read. I noticed that sometimes when I want to even say, okay, I want to pray, that's when I will remember that they gave us one anatomy assignment and I did not do it. They gave us one physiology practical and I could not do it, and I would just leave the prayer and I don't pray again. And then commitment in church, oh God, that one was another ball game on its own. In the long run, I understood where the balance came from. And one of the person that really helped me understand this was Daniel in the Bible, guys. I saw how this guy was diligent. If you are not a Christian, Daniel is a book of the Bible that talks about a person called Daniel. So if you want to read it, just go and search on Daniel. So I found out how this man was able to balance himself. Like, this guy was into politics, but yet he was faithful with God. He was always showing up during every time that he has dedicated to pray, and he was also diligent in the work that God had placed in his hand. So I had to learn from him, and that really saved me. One of the things that really helped me with balancing my work with God was I had to come to the point that I set a time aside, because scripture says Daniel set a time aside, that he was always going to meet with his God daily. So I had to set that time aside, and that time was not going to be interrupted whether there is test or not. You heard me. Whether there is test and the or it's MB that were okay, disclaimer. During MB, I had to still revisit it and adjust it away. But the truth is, I had to set a time that time was not going to be touched, because for me, if you don't really set something, if you don't place a time to something, you would find out that you are not really prioritizing that thing. It will just be that you are just living your life to chance. Okay, I will pray. And the way medical school is tailored, your life is just programmed, doing this, doing that. Especially in my school, if you don't have a time that is set for something aside, like, you will not have any time during the day, because there are many things to read and the things don't end. You get? So you just have to set a time. So for me, I knew that if I said I was going to be praying before I study, I would pray so long that I'll forget to study. Like, okay, I can't do this, because God also want me to shine my light through my academic performance. I had to say, okay, after studying, I would pray. So now, after I wake up in the night to study, I would now decide to pray. The temptation can come that you are so interested in the information you are learning that you don't want to pray anymore. No, you have to discipline yourself in that one. So for me, I found a way around it. For some people, it could be when they come back from school, they would pray to God because they are not really a morning kind of person. But whatever person you are, my main idea is set a time aside for God every day. No matter how little it is, I don't mean 5 minutes now. But no matter how little it is, I won't give you a time. No matter how little it is, just set a time aside that, once it's 9 p.m., once it's 9 a.m., once it's 6 a.m., I'm going to be spending this particular time with God. I want to just fellowship with God and have fellowship with God. Okay, so now the second thing that also helped my spiritual work is I had to understand the place of committing myself to a lot of activities in church and in fellowship. Thank God for Christian Medical and Dental Association, CMD, for the Nigerian people and people that have it in their school, right? The fellowship for Christian medical and dental students. Thank God for that fellowship. At least everybody there, they are all doctors, medical students or dental students like you are. So it makes it easy for you to do something and Nobody really wants to put a lot of stress on you. So don't get too committed early. Sorry, I was recording my mic, but it went off. This is the second time I'm recording it. So don't get too committed early in your school, like your fellowship, whatever fellowship that you're in. Try to understand what it takes to be a worker. Try to understand how much responsibility is given to a worker, what the demand is. Now, the reason why you don't want to be too committed early is that you're going to give an account for whatever thing you do. Like your service to God, you're going to give an account for it. And you don't want to join the ushering and you are not coming for ushering time, or join the choir and you're not coming for choir rehearsals and all of that. You have to know what it takes to work as a worker in that church, understand the demand that will be placed on you, and this thing requires time. So that's why I said don't get committed early or too fast. And if you are already committed, then go and ask God for wisdom. I'm just joking. But actually, ask God for wisdom. And then secondly, talk to your leaders. Explain it to them. If they are not medical students or doctors, they can't relate, but just try and explain it to them. If it's still in the initial stage, then you can actually drop the position or drop the service. But now, this is not to say that as a Christian, we are not supposed to serve God. That's not what I'm saying in this video. I'm trying to help you balance it. You still have to do something for God, because your life you didn't come to the university to just live for medicine certificate alone and go. That's not what you were born to do alone. Like, you came also to make a mark, and you also have to fellowship with brethren, right? So you have to do something. But I'm saying to you that you can be a church member and not take a position yet. Don't be in haste to collect position. That's what I'm just saying. Don't be in haste. So you can actually be in a church and be coming for their fellowship, coming for, if you're having a CMD, like I said, Christian Medical and Dental Association, your own is better. Just join us. Aside that, just join the fellowship and or the church and be committed there, but don't accept any position yet until you understand the weight and the responsibility that is going to be placed on you as a church worker or as a whatever office that they are trying to give to you. Yes, so that's what I'm trying to say. But please, you should work for God. With time, you're going to see the place that you can work, maybe as a sanctuary cleaner, part of hospitality, part of the choir, if you can, because they are going to be probably maybe other medical students in your church, so you can just learn one or two things from them. And then, oh god, sorry, this one. And then another thing that you can also do is ask God for wisdom. Sincerely, how I joined the unit in CMD, I had to pray because it was looking like I didn't know the unit to join. So if you ask God for wisdom, God will give you wisdom. So just ask God, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? God may just direct you to somebody that is in that fellowship and is going through whatever department he wants you to join, and the person will give you the right advice on how to balance it and you'll be able to get it. Yeah, so I've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please like this video, share it to as many medical students that you know. Yes, whether they are Christians or not, share it to them. So let me just make a recap. Don't forget to understand your priority. Don't forget that you don't need to be committed very fast. In priority, I mean be giving priority to the time that you are set aside to God. Don't forget to be committed. Then lastly, don't forget to ask God for wisdom. See you next time. Bye.